So this is one type of skill, which I will just tell you what it is. And other than this, the skills which are required by you to relate, to survive, and to succeed in your environment, these are soft skills. Now, soft skills could be the way you communicate, the way you organize your work, the way you work in teams, how good are you in your punctuality, or how good are you in your thinking, आप एक दूसरे से कैसे बात करते हो, आप किस तरह से अडेप्ट करते हो अपने एनवायरनमेंट को. जस्ट टू गिव अ बेसिक सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ सॉफ्ट स्किल्स. सॉफ्ट स्किल्स की अगर आपको तीन कैटेगरी है, तो तीन कैटेगरी क्या है सॉफ्ट स्किल्स की? एटीट्यूड, कम्युनिकेशन, एटिकेट्स. एटीट्यूड क्या बोलता है कि व्हाट यू डू, हाउ यू डू. कम्युनिकेशन इज व्हाट यू डू. एटिकेट क्या बोलता है? हाउ यू डू. एंड एटीट्यूड आपको वेदर यू वांट टू डू इट और नॉट. ये तीनों को जब आप मिक्स करोगे, ये सब आपकी सॉफ्ट स्किल्स बनेंगी. राइट. एंड सॉफ्ट स्किल्स में आज की डेट में ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, द business environment that we are in right now, and the business environment which is going to be in the next couple of years, the companies are looking at people who have a good balance between soft skills and hard skills. So can we go to the next slide, Shubham sir? Great. Now, if you can see on your screens, there are two types of skills. One is a hard skill and second is a soft skill. Now, hard skill is which you learn from your books, which are from your on-the-job training, hands-on experience that you learn, and these are the books and these are the skills which help you or which build in you the ability to do things in your chosen career. अब books क्या है? जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया, आपने business analysis अगर choose करना है, business analysis से related जो आप books पढ़ोगे, that is going to be your hard skill. Now coming to soft skills. Now these are the skills which are not learned from books. You can go ahead, Shubham sir. Continue
हेलो
going ahead.
मैम, ये तो मैम वेबिनार है. हाँ हाँ मैम. मैम आप बता रहे थे कि इंटरव्यू है. अच्छा अच्छा.
I guess somebody is wanting to speak. Right. So soft skills are which are not learned from your books, which relate to कि आप काम कैसे करते हो, or which relate to your habits, which relate to your qualities, which relate to your traits. Right. So now going forward, I am going to now we will stop at that, Shubham sir. We'll stop at that. So now going forward, I'm going to tell you a story. And through this story, I'm going to relate these soft skills for you and tell you the importance of it. Okay. And tell you why these skills are important and tell you how these skills help in organizing and growing in an organization. And this is a real story. There was this family in a small village in Karnataka. And this family, there was this mother-in-law, her daughter-in-law, and their mother-in-law's small grandson. They would live in that village. The husband of the wife had died, but unfortunately, the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law would not get along. So one day, what happened? And she comes to back and she starts working odd jobs, trying to feed herself and the son. And then one day she gets ill and she's admitted in a general hospital. So the child is also now playing on the road, streets outside the hospital. And the child is growing up, making new friends in that when he's playing on the street. And unfortunately, one day when the child is playing with his friends outside, the staff from the hospital comes and tells him that your mother has died. She is no more. She is no more. And we have collected money and we will now take you back to your village. But the child refuses and he says that I will stay here. And then there is this old man who has also come from village long time back, and he used to help illiterate people coming to the city, trying to help them figure out ways of the city and helping them because they're so illiterate, they're not exposed to the city life. So he used to help them, and he has been seeing this boy, and he tells that okay, fine, you stay with me, and I'll become your guardian. So now this boy is growing up, helping patients get medicines from outside, helping small little things, doing from for the patients in the hospital, and earning himself. Boy is 18 years old, and one day when he's walking out of the hospital, a policeman taps on his shoulder and tells him that this is 200 rupees, and now you go and bury this unclaimed dead body. So now this boy takes 200 rupees and he doesn't know, he has no idea how this person has died. It's an unclaimed dead body, what conditions, but he doesn't think anything on that sort. He goes, takes a horse cart on rent, and takes possession of the body, takes a bed sheet, wraps the body in the bed sheet, puts it in the horse cart, and goes to the burial ground. And there is a rule: when you bury a dead body in the ground, you have to dig 6 feet minimum. So you have to dig more than 6 feet. So he does that all on his own. He digs 6 feet, buries the body, comes back, goes to the hospital and informs them that I have buried the dead body. Goes to the police station and informs them that the work that you had given me, I have finished it. And then goes about doing his work. So now, whenever the to bury the unclaimed dead body, whenever they get any unclaimed dead body, and whenever it has to be buried, they call him. Whether it is night, whether it is day, whether it is raining, whether it is sunny, whatever time, whatever conditions, the moment he is called, he reaches the hospital as soon as possible, takes possession of the body, wraps it, digs it, digs the ground, buries the body, goes, informs. Now, one day, the old gentleman who had become his guardian dies. So when he dies and he takes his body to bury, and now because he had taken him under his guardianship, he puts a garland on that dead body. So when he puts a garland on his dead body, he thinks to himself that if I am respect by putting garland on this gentleman's dead body, I might as well put garland on every dead body that I bury. So from then on, he starts to put garland on every other dead body that he buries. I mean, with that selfless service that he does, doesn't know what is how the person died and the way he has been responding to the calls made by the police people, he would have buried good around 45-50,000 dead bodies and recognized by the Chief Minister of Karnataka also. What I'm trying to tell you is, there are two things now. This gentleman is not educated. Okay, so the hard skills that you see on your screen, Shubham sir, I guess there is some student who's putting up her screen. Shubham sir, can you go back to the screen, please?
Yeah, sir, just a second. Subha Mondal, dear, please off your screen.
Right. So now this gentleman, he did not have any of these hard skills that you see on your screen. He did not have a formal education. He did not know how to write because he had never gone to school, understanding, or he was never trained on the job, what he was doing. So he did not have any of these hard skills that this person that you see on your screen, unlike you, which you will be now getting this knowledge in the education that you are planning to pursue. Can I go on to the next slide, Shubham sir? Shubham sir, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. But this person showed a lot of these soft skills, which helped him become famous, which helped him become recognized in the society just because of his work. And what were those soft skills? The way he communicated with the hospital staff and the police, the way he handled the police people, or the way he built relationships, people skills, the way he built relationships with police, and the way he built relationship with the doctors, and the way he built relationship from the people he took his uh, horse cart on rent, the kind of professionalism, the behavior, the way he spoke about work ethic. I showed you work ethic, the kind of work ethic that he showed during the time when he would conduct the job that was handed to him. When the law requires you that you need to dig the ground 6 feet, there was no policeman when he would dig the ground. There was no doctor when he would dig the ground. There was nobody when he would dig the ground. He ensured he dig the ground 6 feet by being truthful on his own. So he showed a lot of professionalism. Shubham sir, can we go back to the screen, please? There was a lot of positive attitude that he showed. He never said no. He never said, I will take time. The moment he was called, he was there in as soon as possible. The moment he took possession of the body, he straightway went to do the work. Never carried on with the dead body along with some other work that he did. So he was always positive about the work that he was doing. So if you were to see the three people that were three groups that were there was him, there were doctors, there were police. So it was working as a team, right? And he continued to learn. He continued to learn in terms of when his guardian died and he garlanded his dead body. So he continued that learning, that I might as well also put garland on every dead body subsequently that I bury. And that is an initiative that he took on his own. And adaptability. He had come from a small village. He did not know the ways of the city. Over a period of time, he adapted himself to the ways of the city, started learning of the ways of the city, the working life of the city, and adapted himself to that environment. So what are we talking here? We are talking here that soft skills, not like for example, Alok. Now you people have passed out from your graduation. You people are and you people have passed out from your graduation in your states. Some could be from Bihar, some could be from Jharkhand, some could be from Chhattisgarh, some could be from other states. And now when you're expected to come here, now you're going to get a new environment. So on your part, all these things are going to matter in terms of how are you going to communicate, your learnings to communicate, your ability to get into relationships with people, get into building rapport with people, your ability to build a positive attitude in yourself, your ability to continue learning. Because most of you, I understand, would have difficulty in spoken English, right? The way you present. Shubham sir, can you please change the screen? I guess. Shubham sir, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. This is the next screen. Employable.
No, I can't see. It's not there in the screen. There is Shobha Mandal's screen which is getting reflected.
Namrata ma'am, I humbly request you to ask her personally. She's again and again unmuting her mic and again using her screen. Okay.
So can we go to the previous slide?
Okay. Just a second, sir.
Yeah. So this gentleman, through this story, showed or exhibited all these skills to improve on his work. And this is what you will be expected to when you come to the college to study, because you are coming to a new environment. You will get new people to interact with. You will have to have a lot of positive attitude. You'll have to learn to how to shine in this new environment. So you have to learn to adapt. Why are we talking now on this? So now is the next slide, which I will try to tell you now. Why is it important? So now, after these 2 years that you will be in the education, obviously your objective is to get placement, right? So how do you get placed? What do the companies look at in a candidate when they hire for the jobs? So one, they understand that whether you have the technical knowledge, the subject knowledge, which obviously you will be getting in the 2 years that you spend in the college. So what is your hard skill doing to you? Your hard skill is opening the doors of companies for you for the interview. So you will get your foot in the door for your companies to interview you. You will also be offered interviews because they are looking at candidates like you who have the required uh, qualification, ability, and then they obviously offer you the position. So this is where the hard skills are going to help you. But how are soft skills going to help you? In an organization, soft skills will help you get that job. If you have a lot of good technical knowledge, good subject knowledge, but if you can't communicate that knowledge, it is useless. There is no point in having that knowledge which you cannot communicate. So soft skills, one, will help you get into that job. Soft skills will help you keep that job. Soft skills will help you get promotion in that job. And soft skills will also help you get more responsibilities, because your boss will start liking you, that this person shows a lot of responsibility. Because what is it that this gentleman whose story I told you, what was he doing? He was working unsupervised. He was working where he was telling his bosses, the doctors and the police, that I am truthful, I am sincere in my work. You don't need to supervise me. I'll come and give reporting to you. Similarly, the corporates are looking at people who are able to work unsupervised. And that is a soft skill again, ability to work truthfully, ability to work with sincerity. ability to work, and then report that work on a regular basis. So whatever the qualities that we discussed in the previous slide, soft skills, which this person showed, is going to help you understand and make you more aligned to the corporate requirement of keeping the job, getting promotion on the job, and more responsibility. So remember this thing. This person showed ACE, which I spoke at the start of the session: attitude, communication, etiquette. So this person showed attitude that I want to do the job. He never said when the policeman came in, okay, fine, go and bury this unclaimed dead body. He never showed attitude. मेरा काम नहीं है, मैं क्यों करूं? तेरे पैसे मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. He never spoke like that. He was always willing to do the work. He was always willing to take responsibility. So attitude was there to do the job. And then he communicated well with police and with the doctors. So he was always there. To and fro communication, understanding from them, and also getting a complete feedback in terms of his work. And then he understood the mannerisms with which this work has to be done.
Nishchal sir,
He showed on the job.
Nishchal
Remember,
sir, sorry for
and etiquette. And why are these important? Because these are the skills which I am elaborating now in the next slide. Yeah.
sorry to disturb, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, your voice is breaking. If you could just relocate. There's a lot of voice breakage from your side.
I am in an area. I will relocate, but then I'm in an area where the network
Yeah,
is
sir,
it fine
it's
now?
better, sir. Actually, the audience is coming back. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry for intervening, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it fine? No, that's okay. But
Yes,
is
sir.
it good now?
Good, sir.
Yeah, it's fine, sir.
Great.
Also, just to add
Right.
one
So
point, we are coming up with the facts like if you can share your screen, like your video. So people want to see you actually, students, so that they can correlate what you are speaking with the slides.
sir, I think there's some problem.
Yeah, otherwise anything you are okay with, we are comfortable with. That's not the issue. It's not a compulsion basically.
Sir, we
Yeah, but
hold it
then
for now because
I would love to be visible and share with them. But I guess there's some problem with my video.
connectivity.
And
Okay, no issues.
is my voice clear now?
Yeah, voice is audible, perfectly fine, better than before.
Yeah. So can I go back? Can we go to the next?
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this, remember, in your jobs, in your workplace, the difference between you and the other candidates who have the same qualification as you is going to be these soft skills. Now you would wonder, what is communication ability? How can I improve my English? My English is bad. I am not able to communicate in English. How am I going to improve my English? Right. So most of you would have those questions, and which I will take once I finish this session. Right. And relate to this story, these soft skills, it's an aspect of learn, unlearn, and relearn. Now these three concepts you need to remember: learn, unlearn, relearn. Every stage of education, right from your school till your post graduation and the moment you pass out, these are going to change. What you have learned in college, you're going to unlearn it in your post graduation and relearn what how you have to conduct yourself in this education, and that is going to be your post graduation. The moment you finish your post graduation and whatever learnings you have done, you are going to unlearn the same and relearn environment and how you need to adapt to that corporate environment. Okay, and these are something which you need to, what are you going to relearn then? You are going to relearn what you see on your screens. The screen says communication ability, the screen says people skills, the screen says professionalism, the screen says positive attitude, the screen says ability to work in teams, the screen says understanding the concept of continuous learning and adaptability. And now, whenever you remember what are soft skills, go back to the story and relate the concept that we have taken out of that story is what is it that you have to learn, because this is something which will help you in your corporate world, in your jobs. And to get that job, to get that interview, to succeed in that interview, this is something which is going to help you. The moment you currently, if you understand, right now we are all under lockdown because of COVID-19 pandemic that has now hit the world. Okay. So what is it? What is going to change going forward? One thing that is going to change forward is the way businesses are conducted. So again, right from the CEO level to the junior most employee in an organization, we have to now change in the manner the businesses is conducted. But more importantly, we will have to change in the manner our lives are getting. uh, we are going to lead our lives now subsequently, right? So what are these? These are all your soft skills to adapt. How you face challenges, how you face new environment, how you face the new need, and who are the people who are corporates going to look at, who are going to show these skills which are there on your screen. Because corporates don't work in isolation, corporates work with people. So चाहे जितनी मर्जी, as whatever reinvention we do in our business, whatever the game changer, the new environment is going to be, but the real game changer is going to be human intelligence, and that is you. And what is your human intelligence? The way you adapt, the way you continue learning, the way you communicate, the way you organize yourself, the kind of professionalism that you show, the kind of people skills that you show. This is going to be your competitive advantage. Unlike artificial intelligence or anything else that we might reinvent. But your competitive intelligence is going to be how you relate to other people and understand people. Because end of the day, businesses are going to be conducted by with people. All right. And this is entirely the reason why these skills are important. This is entirely the reason why we tell these skills. And what are the kind of people organizations are looking at now? Organizations people which show balance between hard skills and soft skills. आपने पढ़ा होगा पेपर में, there are days that have happened that 80% of engineers or MBAs passing out are unemployable. So why do they say they are unemployable? Because they might have good subject knowledge, but they don't exhibit the right soft skills. They might have good understanding of the subject, but they cannot communicate the subject. They might have good understanding of the technical understanding, but they don't know how to conduct themselves in the organization. They don't know how to adapt to a new environment, right? And these are the skills which the corporates are looking at. So they are looking at the hybrid soft skills. So what is hybrid? Hybrid is what is the balance you show between your hard skills and soft skills. So remember one thing, most of you would think, yeah, तो graduation खत्म हो गया, graduation खत्म होने के बाद अब तो 2 साल ऐश करेंगे. That is one perspective. And you join the course, you come to the course, and then you don't spend जाएगा. कोई अगर आप अभी बीकॉम कर रहे हो या पीएससी कर रहे हो या कुछ और एजुकेशन कर रहे हो, तो आपको आदत होगी एनुअल एग्जाम देने की, लास्ट में पढ़ने की. बट दिस एजुकेशन विल रिक्वायर ऑफ यू टू गिव, बिकॉज ट्राइमेस्टर्स होंगे यहाँ पे, सेमेस्टर भी नहीं होगा, एनुअल सिस्टम भी नहीं होगा, तो हर 3 महीने में आपके एग्जाम्स होंगे. हर 3 महीने में जब आपके एग्जाम्स होंगे, आपकी क्लास में 3 महीनों में प्रेजेंटेशंस होंगी, इंटरनल असेसमेंट होगी, सरप्राइज क्विज होगी, प्रोजेक्ट्स देने होंगे, ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट्स देने होंगे, प्रेजेंटेशंस देनी होंगी. तो what it depends now, it would depend upon how you adapt to this environment, right? How you work in your groups, how do you communicate, how do you take that pressure. So everything is changing. So your performance, this is what the companies are looking at, your performance in terms of your knowledge and your soft skills, which the more you are now able to develop and create a balance between these two skills. And right now also there is a lot of time, you have 2 years. If you feel that आपके पास में ये गैप है, आपके पास में अभी इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में थोड़ा सा इशू है, आपके पास में अभी अगर इंग्लिश के इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज के स्पोकन इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम है या रिटन इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम है, तो ऑब्वियसली now is the time where you start working on it and start building it one by one. So soft skills is not just one aspect of communication. Soft skills is your overall way of learning and behavior and image आगे हो, और वो इमेज कैसे प्रोजेक्ट करते हो, आपकी सॉफ्ट स्किल्स हैं, राइट. एंड आपका एक फंडामेंटल थंब रूल आपको दिया है, विच इज एस, एटीट्यूड, क्या आप काम करना चाहते हो, कम्युनिकेशन, आपको क्या करना है, और एटिकेट्स, आपको कैसे करना है. ये 3 चीजें अगर, तो यू विल नेवर गो रॉन्ग विद डेवलपिंग योर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स. नाउ आई विल मैम ओपन अप फॉर क्वेश्चंस.
Yes, sir. So, students, we are open for questions now. You can please ask questions. Kindly unmute your mic. In case you want to place your questions in the message, you can even do that. We will recover from there. So, the first question could be asked orally.
Hello.
Yeah, Yash.
Yeah.
Yash? Please go ahead with the question, Yash.
Yes, ma'am. So, sir, my question is that you have said about the English speaking skills. Some people have so much fluent English in their minds, but when they tend to speak it up in front of people, they just mess it up. While in their minds, they have so much good English prepared, but when they tend to speak, they just mess it up. So, why this happens?
Correct. Right. So now you might be very good in your mind in terms of what to speak. Okay. So let's say, for example, you are speaking to an audience of 100 people. Okay. And the moment you are standing on the stage and you in front of you, so that means that 200 eyes are looking at you. So when you start to speak, there are different aspects of, one, how prepared are you to speak? The more you are prepared and in control of your subject that you want to speak, obviously you will develop confidence to speak. And how you practice. Most of us probably go at the spur of the moment and then start speaking when we are not prepared, we are not in control of the subject, and the moment we see 100 people, we lose confidence. We get anxious. We then tend to get nervous. And that is something which you need to avoid. So how do you avoid that? By preparing your content, by practicing your content. And these two things, when you prepare and practice, will give you confidence. And the more you are confident about your subject to speak, obviously minimize what you are saying. Have
Yes,
I been
sir.
able to answer, Yash?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other question?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Kishan. Please go ahead, Kishan. We can hear you.
Yes.
गुड इवनिंग सर. सर मेरा नाम अंकित कुमार है.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
हेलो.
या अंकित सुन रहे
सर मेरा नाम अंकित कुमार है और सर मैं बिहार से मुजफ्फरपुर से बिलोंग करता हूँ. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है.
अच्छा.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि सर OLX कंपनी है. हेलो.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, बोलिए अंकित, सुन रहे हैं.
सर OLX
अंकित
कंपनी
बोलिए,
है.
सुन रहे हैं.
सर OLX कंपनी है ना. सर OLX कंपनी एक ऐप के थ्रू सर एक फोटो, जैसे किसी व्यक्ति को फोटो, मतलब किसी व्यक्ति को सामान बेचना है तो वो फोटो खींच के उस OLX पे डाल देता है. यदि सेकंड पर्सन को वो वस्तु पसंद आती है तो वो उससे कांटेक्ट करती है, उससे बात करती है और उसके यहाँ जाकर वो उस वस्तु को खरीद लेती है. और सर जो पेमेंट होते हैं वो कैश हैंड टू हैंड हो जाती है. तो सर मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आती है, जो ये OLX कंपनी है सर, ये पैसा कैसे कमाती है? क्योंकि सर पैसा जो दिए वो हैंड टू हैंड हुआ.
ठीक है. So ma'am, you want me to answer that question?
Yes, sir. Or in hello.
Now,
Sir.
Amit, yeah, हाँ जी.
Sir, please go ahead. I would join in.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, अमित, राइट, आपका जो क्वेश्चन है OLX पैसे कैसे कमाती है, देखो इसके दो ऑप्शंस हैं OLX के पास पैसे कमाने के लिए. अब आप जैसे अपनी साइट पे अपना सामान रजिस्टर करते हैं तो OLX तो पैसा लेती नहीं है, करेक्ट. OLX को किसी से फंडिंग हुई है टू स्टार्ट दिस बिजनेस. OLX क्या सोचती है, मैं इस बिजनेस को इतना बढ़ाऊंगी, लोग, बिजनेस मेरा इतना बढ़ जाएगा कि लोग मेरी साइट पे और मेरी ऐप पे फिर वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट करेंगे. तो जब वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट करेंगे तब मैं लोगों से पैसे चार्ज करूंगी. ओके, so this is one way that the model is कि OLX will charge it from your business. And obviously another aspect is in terms of OLX कुछ extent तक free service देता है and then it will start charging for its service. That is their business model. Neetu ma'am, if you want to add something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, it's a very interesting question because, of course, e-commerce is gaining a lot of importance in the industry. E-commerce has gained. So, the language of communication and interaction also has changed for an e-commerce business. So, आपकी जो ये सोच है कि जो business virtually conduct होते हैं, जो या जहाँ पे people are more connected through technology, उस बिजनेसेस का सस्टेनेंस कैसे होता है, उस बिजनेस का मॉडल क्या है, उस बिजनेस का कम्युनिकेशन क्या चैनल क्या हो सकता है, और उस सिस्टम का रेवेन्यू मॉडल क्या हो सकता है. So as I would just add on to sir कि yes, there is the complete business model for companies like Ola, Uber is all through a lot of data point generation, and it involves a lot of data science and analytics, and of course the revenue system is the information जो कस्टमर से मिलती है और उस इंफॉर्मेशन का कैसे वो फर्दर यूज करते हैं. तो ये जो रेवेन्यू मॉडल है ये बहुत ही इंटरेस्टेड रेवेन्यू मॉडल है, एंड आई जस्ट वांट टू से दैट you'll just have to wait for another week. 18th May, the session on business analytics will be taken up, where we will be talking about how the business models have evolved with the changing businesses. And of course, we will keep Uber and Ola as one of the main areas of discussion and their revenue model for taking up in the session. So this is a great input, and you'll very shortly get your answer. This has a lot to be connected with analytics and the scope of analytics that can further extend the business and revenue cycle for a business. So we will be handling it in a detailed format in maybe second to third lecture from now series.
Okay ma'am. Okay ma'am, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Yes sir. Sir, I have sorry, I'm intervening, just keeping the Shikha has asked a question on the message.
Yeah.
She says Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How can I remove my hesitation to speak? वो अपनी हेजिटेशन, क्योंकि बच्चों को बहुत हेजिटेशन होती है कि हम बात कैसे करें, कोई हमारे ऊपर हंसे ना, मैं कैसे बात करूं, कोई मेरी प्रॉब्लम, कोई मेरी डिफिशियंसी को समझ ना ले. तो दिस इज अ वेरी जेन्युइन क्वेश्चन सर. तो कैसे ये अपनी हेजिटेशन को रिमूव करे सर?
Great. No,
Yes,
that is a very nice question, and I guess most of the people have this problem of how do I remove my hesitation, right? And first thing, I guess, Shikha, I would suggest that the first thing, anybody that who has to remove his hesitation first has to remove fear from the mind that people are going to make fun of me. Because what makes us hesitant is only the, और उस कंफर्ट जोन को शेक करने के लिए अगर आप, you'll have to withstand that kind of आपको वो मन से निकालना पड़ेगा कि भी लोग मेरे पे हंसेंगे. You don't have to bother. And the day you have got yourself into that mindset that I will not bother what people say, but I have to improve. And to improve, I will start speak. For example, I'll give you an example. There was this student who was not very good speaking in English when he joined an MBA course. Okay. But उसको ये पता था कि अगर मेरे को इंग्लिश पे कम्युनिकेट करना है और मेरे को
hello.
and
Hello sir,
he
we are losing your voice.
Yeah.
Sir, we are losing your voice sir.
and he did not bother about what others thought of him, and he would continue speak in English, whether he spoke right English or wrong English, grammatically correct, grammatically wrong. He was not bothered. So what did it do? What that thing did? It helped him build his.
Sir, we are losing your voice sir. Sorry.
I think Neetu ma'am, we can use our plan B. We can note down the query of Shikha and then we can post the answer by taking it from Nishal sir,
Yeah.
and we can then send it to the faculty.
Nishal,
Comfortable
thank
with
you.
yourself.
Yeah. So, thanks, Shubham sir. Nishchal sir, your voice is breaking, sir. So, what we could do is, we can take in the questions.
Ma'am, I have changed my location
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
Sir, we could take the questions post.
I have changed
Okay.
my
No,
location as well.
Vali sir, we'll post you the questions. You can reply. You can reply in the written individual.
Fair enough. I will
Yes,
do
sir.
that.
We'll reply in that. Yes, sir. So I think what we could do is we can end the session now.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay, okay. Thanks, sir. So, Shikha,
Yeah,
we
fair
shall
enough.
revert to your question in mail to your personal account. Sir would be replying to you, and other students also, due to less time available, you can please post your queries in the messages, and we will be asking Nishchal sir to be responding to you in mail. So with this, I think we would be like to thank Nishchal sir for taking out his time and truly being able to address the communication as a challenge for students. Thank you, sir, for such a good session. And I would only like to say that words are the most powerful drug that has been ever used by mankind, especially in this testing COVID times. I'm sure words still remain the most powerful drug, which has now become questionable. Just a joke. Anyways, students, it was great being here. I would like to thank Dr. Som, who's the director, who's present here of Lloyd Business School as well. I would like to thank all the participants in the webinar, the faculty, and especially Shubham sir for being the front-end warrior for the session. We look forward to seeing you again in the next session, which is going to be the specialization in management on the 11th May, Monday. We have the declaration of the results of the past session. We had proclaimed the best Chanakya? That's the best question of the session. From the last session, it is Yash Nandan Singh who's been awarded the Best Chanakya Award. We would be having for this session as well the Best Chanakya Award in the next session awarded. Also, students who have participated in all the webinar sessions, there is an exclusive prize for you at the end of the webinar series. We look forward to many more interesting webinar series in the next session as well. We thank all of you and see you back yet again for the next session. All the best. Keep safe. Keep home. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nishtil sir. Thank you all. Thank you.